The Cowboys and Giants are going to face off on Sunday, 364 days after Dak Prescott shattered his ankle against the same Giants. And it's a noteworthy backdrop for this game. Dak is back and better than ever. Nothing is taken for granted, including the Giants. There's no chance the Cowboys overlook New York. It's a rival. The Giants are playing much better. And honestly, I just love this Cowboys team. Prescott is on fire this season, as we predicted. He's going to slice the Giants. I expect CeeDee Lamb to be better after being relatively invisible the last couple of weeks. Prescott's confidence level off the charts, and I think we're going to be talking heavily about Dak and the MVP after Sunday. Dallas is built for this, seriously. It's a different group. They can handle success and prosperity. Reports of Zeke's death were premature. He's alive and dominating. Cowboys defense is legit, just like we predicted. Daniel Jones comes to town after the best game of his career in New Orleans, but he has to deal with Trayvon Diggs and the Dallas defense. Advantage Cowboys. This team feels totally different. They are tough. It all stems from Dak. Wild and weird Thursday night football game, and for LA, the only things that mattered, getting the win and Matthew Stafford playing great. Check, check. Stafford, fantastic in the second half, throwing for 365 yards total in the ball game, leading the Rams to a huge win in Seattle. It was everything for the Rams after how the team lost to the Cardinals in week number 4. Stafford and Bob Woods had a connection for the first time this year, which frankly is gigantic moving forward. Stafford threw a dopey interception early. The Rams only had 3 points in the first half, but that second half performance was inspiring. And that's what we needed to see to add to the proof that week 4 is about giving credit to the Cardinals and the Rams Super Bowl potential train still on the tracks. Now, of course, the big story, Seattle losing the game and Russell Wilson. He badly sprained his middle finger. It looked mangled. And as you know, Russ is as tough as nails, so this, you have to imagine, was simply an issue of not being able to function as opposed to pain. He couldn't grip the ball. Look, I said Seattle was going to miss the playoffs preseason. I said Seattle was going to finish in last in the division preseason. They aren't that good around their Hall of Fame quarterback. If, when Russ misses time, forgets let Russ cook, Seattle is cooked. I was happy for Geno Smith that he had his one shining moment as a backup, and it was truly a beautiful 10-play, 98-yard drive capped off by a 23-yard touchdown to DK Metcalf, but Seattle cannot function long-term or short-term with Geno Smith. I firmly believe you will circle last night as the date the Seattle Seahawks 2021 season unofficially ended. Austin Eckler is confident, and why wouldn't you be? This Sunday afternoon, my favorite game on the Week 5 slate, the Chargers hosting the Browns on CBS. Both teams have legit Super Bowl aspirations. In the AFC, I'd rank these two squads just behind Buffalo and Kansas City. I think the LA-Cleveland game is going to be a flat-out awesome, a flat-out battle, with the Chargers winning because of this guy, Justin Herbert. He's a superstar. Light years better than Baker Mayfield. That's the difference. Both these teams play great team defense. The Cleveland run game is the best in the league. Eckler is great running the ball and catching it out of the backfield. Both teams are incredibly well coached. But look at this. And Baker has struggled mightily, specifically the last couple of games. You realize Mayfield has only thrown for 2 touchdowns this year? Now, obviously, the partially torn labrum in his left shoulder is a factor, but it's even about trust before that. Give me Herbert. Justin Herbert is a true star. You've never said that about Baker. Herbert is a fantastic athlete, unreal leader, great arm and accuracy. This is going to be a great game. It's going to come down to the fourth quarter. Give me Justin Herbert over Baker Mayfield any day of the week, and twice this Sunday. That's why the Chargers are going to win the game, why the Chargers are legit Super Bowl contenders. Staying in the AFC, love or loathe, the Broncos will smother Big Ben on Sunday. Ooh, I love this. Absolutely love this. Let's give some love to that defense. The Broncos defense is phenomenal. Let's give some hate to Ben Roethlisberger, who is shot. I mean, he can't hit water if he fell out of a boat at this stage of his career. I mean, Juju Smith-Schuster keeps shaking his head. I mean, Ben Roethlisberger is cooked. The Broncos defense, look, pass rush is great. The pass defense is phenomenal. Steelers' offensive line is putrid. I think that the Broncos are going to smash and smother Ben Roethlisberger. Time right now for Take Your Pick. After a disappointing Week 4 Rams win last night, Will Brinson and I to the track, to the wall, we're tied. Not to go all Yankees Braves, as you know, Will likes the Braves. Little Joe Buck, Jim Leyritz, Mark Wohlers, 96. But hey, you got to do what you can after you struggled last week. You got to love sports. An incredible slate of NFL games this weekend. And Will, let's start with New Orleans. Saints favored by 2 points on the road, visiting Washington on CBS. Will Brinson, take your pick.
Hey, if I wasn't rooting for your Syracuse Orange to take out Wake Forest to help my NC State Wolfpack this weekend, I would take that 96 comment personally, Schein. I'm going to go with the Washington football team here, the Fighting Ron Rivera's. I'm not sure I even love it that much. I mean, I do like it. I don't know if I love it. I'm worried. Sean Payton has a great record coming off of losses. The thing about this matchup that's so confusing is the Saints offense stinks and the Washington defense stinks. That's not how it's supposed to work. I think Rivera can get these guys after Jameis Winston enough on the road, tougher conditions. Maybe he makes a turnover or two. I like Washington to squeak one out here, but I don't feel great about it.
Well, I'm glad you don't feel great because I love the Saints. I think that, first of all, what happened last week to New Orleans was a huge shocker. That was wild to me. Up 11 against Daniel Jones at home and they blew it. Listen, Sean Payton coming off a loss like that, he's going to have this team buttoned up and focused. Big game for Alvin Kamara. That's Washington defense. It's awful. I'm going to roll here with the New Orleans Saints. This game's going to be fun. Aaron Rodgers and the Packers facing off with Joe Burrow and the Bengals. Green Bay on the road, favored by 3 points. Will Brinson, take your pick.
All right, so I'm not just going to take the Bengals against the spread here. By the way, this is some stinky cheese with the Packers as a 3-point favorite in Cincinnati. I'm not just going to take the Bengals +3 at home to cover this game. I'm going to take the Bengals to beat Aaron Rodgers and the Packers outright. Give me Joe Burrow and the Fighting Cincinnati Bengals. I don't know. Maybe I've been brainwashed or have Stockholm Syndrome from spending too much time with John Breach, Cincinnati's most famous super fan. Sad state of affairs in the Spaghetti City. But I'm on the Bengals bandwagon. I love this team. I think their defense is better than people believe, and it'll be a shootout with no Jair Alexander. Bengals all the way in this one.
Well, I give you credit. Seriously, I love the Bengals preseason. I said they would finish in third place, said they would win 8-9 games. You nailed it on the defense. Matchup-wise, Burrow and Chase, I think they have great matchups against the DBs for Green Bay. I just can't do it. I'm not there yet. This, to me, is an up-in-class kind of game, and Aaron Rodgers is still Aaron Rodgers. Devontae Adams is going to feast. Big game for Aaron Jones. I think it's a great game. This game has 35-28, 31-24 written all over it, but I'm going to roll with the Green Bay Packers to win and the Green Bay Packers to cover. But I have to say, I am rooting for you because that would be an awesome story if Joe Burrow could win this game. Another great one on CBS. How about Justin Fields and the Bears? Visiting an angry Derek Carr and the Raiders. Vegas favored by 5.5. Will Brinson, take your pick.
All right, they say the definition of insanity is doing the same thing over and over again? Well, I am going to once again assume that Matt Nagy is a functioning human being, or a human being with a functioning brain and a semblance of intelligence when it comes to designing offensive systems, and that instead of throwing out Justin Fields in his first start as the franchise quarterback, and last week was just spot start replacement for Andy Dalton, that he's going to use some read option, he's going to use some RPOs, he's going to use some design quarterback runs, he's going to use some play action bootlegs to cut the field in half and make life easier for Justin Fields. And if he doesn't do it, then fine, I'll never pick the Bears again, but I'm just going to go to the well one more time. 5.5 is too much. Give me Chicago.
I'm going to take the Raiders to win and cover, mainly because I don't think Matt Nagy is a functioning human being. Look, clearly he didn't make that call to start Justin Fields. You know me, I've been screaming since the night of the draft, start Justin Fields, make him QB number one, week number one, and they haven't done it. Look, I think Fields is going to have his ups, his downs. You know, I think he's going to be a star. Matchup-wise, I wish David Montgomery was healthy. He's not. Derek Carr livid at Joey Bosa and what Bosa said after the Charger-Raider game. Derek Carr's been feisty all year. I like it, angry, feisty, fired up Derek Carr. He has a big game. Raiders defense underrated. Raiders win. Raiders cover. Take a look at the rest of the games and our picks for this upcoming weekend. Will Brinson and I vehemently disagree with the ball game in London. We're sharing a brain on the Panthers, the Patriots. I already hate myself for thinking the rebuilding since 1957 Detroit Lions going to cover, but here we are. We disagree on the winner, and that's all you got to do is pick the winner. Broncos and Steelers. We both remember the Titans. We both have the Bucks. Both rolling with the Chargers. Told you why I think it's a major upgrade for the Chargers. Compare and contrast to Cleveland at the quarterback position earlier in the show. We disagree on Cardinals 49ers. Disagree on Cowboys Giants. Will Brinson foolishly rolling with the Chiefs. And we're sharing a brain on the Baltimore Ravens. Will, as always, thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you for watching. Please like and subscribe. And don't forget to hit the bell for more videos.